Because also in the future we will be very close connected to the Open University.
Try to make legitimate the term international entrepreneurship. So when I graduated McGill, went to Harvard, made a thesis, wrote about market imperfection theory. He was very much involved. We'll share maybe some ideas that can influence your future research. From the corporate perspective, it becomes very exciting because they've done a massive growth through purchase. He buys everything. So you buy your competitor, you merge. Sometimes employees aren't happy. Life cycle theory that was the Bible once upon a time has its limits. I have to pay my head office in Luxembourg for the rights of the logo. So am I talking about a crazy guy who doesn't fit in with everybody else? University is an ideal place to begin your networking. Make it your business to know who's who and what they can do for you, and tell them what you can do for them. Play your part because it's a two-way street. Have that new term, that multipolar structure. Networks are changing the nature of internationalization. What used to be very expensive is now free. The unipolar distribution of power and control is giving way to multipolarity. Even if it's not a case of patents, the fact that you do it so well, they don't want to waste their time doing that little component. What's good for them is when they need it, they order it. If sales goes down, they don't have 1,000 employees to fire. They don't have to lay off 1,000.
Yeah, Prof, I would like to know from the country level.
Yes.
How do we handle entrepreneurship? Because as we speak now, you realize that a lot of Chinese are coming to Africa. How do we handle that kind of relationship?
You will be in the castle today, and you can have any imagination about the castle, about people dying there, big fights and so on. Mainly, it was to live in. Use your own intelligence to make something new, to leave everything that works of today to something, a promise for the future.
Changing cultures and continents. If we look here in the room, we have participants from all continents of the world. Theory and practice, and how he sees complexity and management. The floor is all yours.
What does it mean to do science of the social is one of the questions I'm going to try and address. And of course I can't possibly borrow shamelessly from the work of a man called Peter Allen, who worked at Cranfield University. He's a complexity modeler to simulate young people seeking work in Stockholm. A probabilistic spread of patterning over many times that you run your models, because they are unpredictable over the long. They're entirely comprised of locally interacting agents. They're interacting with each other in diverse ways. It's much harder to prove social science theories in social life and organisation. Lots of theory talk in the social sciences, and I think we need to deflate the idea of what a theory is. We're not short of theories in organisational science. I think we're taking for granted all kinds of very precise theories that other people have worked out. And that's the way we make our way in the social world.
When everybody comes to the exchange, then it is added up together, it reveals the truth. Things that China is going to go through a recession, whatever. So it's like the omnipotent, all-encompassing. 2008 crisis started, he says, get used to it, that's market economy. And I totally disagree with this opinion. Information and trade is going in a different direction. Boom, the price goes down. And as you notice, there is no such a thing as no idea how deep the price is going to go, or how high the price is going to go. And if you happen to be the manager of this company, you would say, ooh, the market knows something good about me, when you're looking at the upswings. Yeah, we need price crashes, then your board of directors is going to be unhappy. What are you doing? Huh? So I I'm buying 1,000 IBM stock at price 200, and I'm also selling 1,000 IBM stock at $200 for myself. But I'm the only one who knows that it's me. So I have to buy it at the price above, which is the current best price. Buy orders, you know it is not going to be executed at higher and higher price. The opening price tomorrow is going to be high. And you can count on it because that's how the market works. Market makers have 80% of the orders in US are taken off before they are being executed or they are used manipulation. So you can achieve a certain impact on the stock price. It's possible to manipulate market in 11 seconds. We had, according to our analysis, before I crashed out here, it's not a color. It's not 14th century, no. It's not 21st century. It's classic.
12th century advance.
In a stock market, the only thing you need is money. And especially borrowed money. Nobody will ever know I manipulate. Ever. Because that's the whole idea. It's secret. Use release. Use release. And they don't even pay for it. Prior to the public market, had very low prices, and the way the IPO was handled, we had the sense that there is a great possibility.
It takes two to tango. So your lecture is about the deceivers. The deceived is a stupid or greedy person, who buys and is manipulated.
Very good question. Traders selling concertedly at the same time at lower and lower price. So that's unacceptable. So yes, you're right. The smaller investors, big, giant, omnipotent brain that he will come up with the right price. So if I buy the right, it's not true. So I think we have a lot to do on the side of theory and a lot to do on the side of regulation. People's happiness, and the second step is that happiness and financial crisis, happiness and health.
So now you can stand up and in other words it follows necessarily that there's a limited number of survivors are not genetically identical. Of course, they're adapted to the environment because they function more efficiently. And nature is replete with these stupid behaviors. One of those has a carrot and the other one really would like to have that carrot. Natural selection in action. Because it means that if there is a genetic predisposition to behave in one way or the other, here is the sucker. With full stomachs, I take another little nap. Thomas, the klooi we say in Dutch. Be careful. We understand. The females profit from quietness in the group. No, the string goes up, or in all of these, the grouping goes down. That's vote, because you know, in science, majority of votes is what decides. Grouping goes up tremendously. A little bit, but hardly significant between the other two. Anticipatory pacification. In other words, when we anticipate on that. Regulating snails, oil is found as strong, it's very interesting, and it doesn't know what takes place behind it. This is the most adaptable, the most compliant, the most obliging. I can write this down sometimes, so we have a little token of our appreciation. You understand it was all about this.
We challenge you to put a problem statement on the board. What will it be?
They're not combining the technical implementations with a social or organizational perspective. So
how does decision making come about in that one industry, in that one process?
Existing research in that direction bears further analysis.
Okay, well, may I...
How does, according to our expert interviews, does value creation in closed loop supply chain look like?
Right, maybe it's something for your team to add to the existing theory. What happens
if
if
the environmental value,
Yeah.
sustainability value?
But the hierarchy probably not.
So you say, okay, as long it's more like companies today that would work more cost effective, so they are all interested in saving money for existing processes.
Okay. Please, if everybody takes a seat, then we are really talking together and becoming one big academic community. So that's, of course, that you can be broad as well as focused and narrow. And that's, of course, always the dilemma. Because you're daring to look at methods, methodologies used in other disciplines. Timur, to stand up for a second, and I would ask everybody to give him a big. We talked about the relationships and so on. Are we working on it? Well, for a few years already. So only so we'll start grooving soon. Very important. One is in the back there, Els. From two fronts, and I want Chantal. And this wouldn't be possible.